I wanted to say something about the passing of the great Brit Ricky Hatton, uh, who died last week. I think it was on Sunday of report. I think it's seemingly a suicide. Um, Ricky Hatton, the Hall of Famer, was inducted last year. Went 45-3 in his career. Uh, his best wins were against retired Costa Zoo, the Hall of Famer Costa Zoo, to become the man at 140. He also beat a Jose Luis Castillo, though it was the old Jose Luis Castillo. But yeah, man, Ricky Hatton was the man at 140 pounds for several years there until he ran into Manny Pacquiao in 2009, right? I'll get back to the Pacquiao fight in a second. Before that, he had to fight against Floyd Mayweather, which was quite the spectacle. That was in December of 2007. Uh, so he had to fight with Mayweather, and of course, it was amazing. And Bill Simmons wrote about this at the time, uh, because the Brits would travel with Ricky, and they would do the "There's only one Ricky Hatton, one Ricky Hatton," and it was quite a sight to see. And they would be loud and chanting all and clapping all during while the fight was going on, right? And it was weird because, as Sims was saying, the fight was in Las Vegas, but you you had the Brits there, and it would seem like the fight was in Manchester or something. And I think Simmons said like it almost made him go, wait a second here. I think he was probably rooting for. It was, like he didn't like Floyd, right? He wanted to root for him. It was like, what the hell? These guys are in America doing this. These Brits, and I think it filled him with some American pride, national pride. Simmons, but and of course, Ricky, you know, uh, it sucks that his two biggest fights he got knocked out, right? Against Floyd. Floyd backing up, knocked him out with the check hook, knocked him into the, uh, the turnbuckle, and finished him off. And then two or three fights later against Pacquiao, and now with Floyd Mayweather Senior, as his trainer. And he beat he beat Paulie Malignaggi. Also, that was another good win for Ricky. Even though Paulie couldn't punch, Paulie was a good Paulie was a good fighter. Uh, and Ricky beat him. So but then he runs into Pacquiao, and Pacquiao, that was probably Pacquiao's most. The Oscar fight for Pacquiao was that was probably my favorite because of just how it was such clean boxing and precision punching and speed. But when he fought Hatton, that was Pacquiao, that was probably the best night of Pacquiao's life. Just so efficient, offense and defense. And we all know what happened. I'll never forget. I remember sitting there watching it. It was really scary at the time because that was the first time I'd ever seen somebody get knocked out like that. Poor Ricky. And I hate that in this man's passing. That's what I have to bring up. But at the end of the day, moments are what the moments are. They were big moments that I still remember vividly, watching. So you have to give credit to Ricky Hatton for being part of big events with memorable endings against two of the greatest fighters of all time. And like I said, his fans, they traveled with him, and he was on the 224/7s that accompanied those two big fights. Ricky Hatton was a big deal at the time, man, in boxing, a very big deal. And he made a lot of money for those fights. And then after the Pacquiao fight, I think he took 3 years off and then fought once more and lost that fight. So those were his three losses. But there's no shame in losing to Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao. Like I said, they're two of the greatest fighters of all time. And Ricky was someone who was he was just straight ahead, didn't have much head movement, um, or anything like that. Uh, but he was tough, and he had quick feet, good feet, and he could crowd a man. He would pound the body. Really not a real like a classic fighter because like I said, he didn't move his head, but he had a lot of success uh, fighting how he fought, and it just seemed like a really like a good guy, man. And it just sucks to see him go out this way. You could tell that some things were bothering him, post retirement, and yeah, I just think it sucks, man, because Ricky Hatton was he was, as they said on as Avon Barksdale once said, he was a man in his time, you know. So yeah, rest in peace to the great Ricky Hatton. Indeed, there was only one Ricky Hatton.